Yo, yo, Beasley family, reporting live from Thailand. Alright, so this is a video about the reasons why we relocated to Thailand. So, quick background, me and my wife, okay, we were raised in Denver, Colorado. We're natives to that place. And once, areas started being bought out, and we didn't understand economics. We were married at 19, 18 years old in 2011. She was my high school sweetheart. And because we didn't understand economics, we didn't understand the opportunity that we had as Americans with having good jobs and to be able to afford our cost of living at the time. So fast forward, we just see rents slowly climbing up. We see houses getting more expensive. We're like, hey, what's going on? And that's when we started doing some digging, understanding how does currency work? Why do certain neighborhoods get more expensive than others? Things that we weren't taught in school, And I slowly started to discover, I'm like, oh man, if I don't get ahead and buy a home and get some investments, we're gonna be down bad. And we're not moving back to the hood. Forget that. We refused to live on like Section 8 and food stamps and all that. Like, we just wasn't gonna go that route. Always been hard working, so I quit my favorite job working in the schools, being around kids. And what's crazy is I was 22 years old working around middle school and high schoolers as security. So doing that security job was awesome, man, and I loved it, but had to leave because the cost kept climbing up. Okay, so got my CDL, started driving, putting in heavy hours. Wifey, she's getting jobs. She's trying to elevate in her field, and we're having kids along the way. So fast forward, 4 kids later, she's made over 90,000. I made over like 80,000. Okay, so now we see the situation that's going on with the medical system and dental, retirement, 401k. So we're trying to get ahead of the game, but we're just slowly being pushed back and don't even let me get on redlining. So we're like, man, like we just really trying to figure out how to get ahead, and it's like we're a step behind every time. So we looked at Thailand because, of course, being a kickboxer, which I couldn't pursue a full-blown career in that because, they don't make a lot of money. And you got to be the cream of the crop to do MMA. You look at most of those MMA guys, man, they girls be working 2 or 3 jobs while they train all day so that they can make it, But there's no retirement in combat sports and boxing, so that wasn't a good path to go. So now we are in, 2023. We moved to a cheaper state because that's usually what people do. We can't afford it here, let's go to a cheaper state. Okay, so we went to Texas, Houston. Man, the jobs it was paying, you got COVID happening, people was getting money and yada after COVID, and we're in Texas getting it, and we realized, I'm like, man, why is my insurance getting higher? Why is my premiums getting higher? Why is food getting higher? Everything just got higher. It got expensive to just live and be simple. You couldn't even be regular, man. Like, it's tough even now. Like, if you didn't set yourself up 10 years ago or 7 years ago, it's really hard to be set up now. So, we already got 4 kids. We're like, oh my God, like this is crazy. And we realize, the more we work, the more we don't see each other. And that's what causes like divides and divorces and stuff. So we kind of like seeing the writing on the wall. And I'm like, okay, well, let me dial it back. I go to part-time, let my wife elevate in her career. And then, I meet her up there after the youngest one grows up. So we start planning. And we're like, let's look at another cheaper state, But you run into the same cycle unless you're just bringing in a lot of money or you're a super talented entrepreneur and all that. And that's why I feel like, you see all these businesses, Forex training, you see all the stuff popping up because, man, it's a common struggle. But when you go overseas, it don't matter if it's Thailand or wherever, okay? Things are different. The news and stuff will tell you, like, hey, it's third world, the medical sucks, blah blah blah. But man, kind of find out, not only you could pay medical out of pocket, doctor visits be like $10, and dental visits imagine getting your cavities filled, without needing insurance. You could get it, but without needing it, it's like $30. So I'm like, hold on, this is crazy. And we've been out here, not too long, but you can choose to have groceries in your home or eat out 3 to 4 times a day. It's still not going to run you a lot of money. And the reason why is because they got these markets out here that are outdoor and the food is fresher. So I'm just touching on the health aspect. Our bodies started healing. Inflammation's down. For black women, the PCOS, or women in general, my wife's like, hey, I'm not having flare-ups. And the weirdest thing is that my daughter is allergic to eggs. Okay? And she flares up, she gets sick, she starts throwing up. She accidentally ate some eggs out here and had no flare-ups. It's the wildest thing in the world. But that's just the health aspects. For some people, it might be worth it because you see some people getting surgery and cancer treatments in Mexico. Okay? America's doctors, they're kind of declining. If you notice, the best doctors are the foreigners coming in from other countries and come into America, and they typically have the best practice. So go figure, But anyway, let me not get too sidetracked, you know what I'm saying? Forgive me. Okay, the reason was, of course, the prices. We're looking at, the living. Oh my God, for $1,000 a month, I could have a pool in the backyard. 3-4 bedrooms. It's like living back in Colorado in 2002 again. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how you do it. You're dialing it back. When you're moving overseas, you're turning the times backwards because now you have a chance to get ahead. The only challenge is the jobs. And of course, you're going to have to either work online, do the digital nomad stuff, digital marketing, get good at social media content, YouTube and all that. Or if you want a physical job, be a teacher at a school. You get the TEFLA certification or bachelor's, or you don't need none of those. Just work at a school that's in need, that's not as prestige as international schools, but you won't make as much, but you will get a job. The thing is, it'll level out the pay, So, and that, and you look at all these countries, especially in the East and China, man, you could just go to China and just be like set. I mean, look it up, man. There's people actually been doing this in record numbers, and it's like, oh my God, freedom. And then you come back to the States and, buy what you need to buy and get your house, build, things like that. And then start your business. Now you're ahead. So that's kind of our game plan, is to get out here, to get ahead. As far as schooling for the kids, international schools are super expensive. But that's why we chose to homeschool. So I'm going to be homeschooling, and now I can incorporate real home ec stuff, the things that schools used to teach our parents and grandparents. You could teach them homeschooling. Because really only one person needs to work a lot, or they can work part-time and support a whole family. It can go a long way. And you can have these experiences. A big thing, huge thing, especially in health, we're gluten intolerant. We did a test. We're like, I bet you it's the GMO in the foods. I bet you it is. So we came out here, but actually before here, we ate the bread and gluten out in Mexico. No flare-ups, no reaction. No tiredness, no sluggishness, no bloat, no weight gain, nothing. And I'm like, I wonder if it's different out there. So we get out here, we be eating bread and stuff like crazy. And it's wild. It's really wild because my wife couldn't eat that, man. It was crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, this whole, Joe Rogan conspiracy podcast stuff, Alex Jones and all, it's like that stuff is true. Like they really are not for their own citizens, man. It's like they just want you to fail and they want to suck you dry, no diddy, and they just want you down bad. I don't understand. But in other countries, it's not like that. In some places, So even though there's a potential threat for war, I'm like, the Thais ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. And from the looks of it, it seems like when you do research, like on Google and stuff, that they don't invest a lot in their military, so they don't even have the technology to blast missiles 100 miles out into each other's country. That's why they're fighting and killing people by the border. It's sad what's happening, but I'm like, I dealt with war on the block, but you're not gonna keep me away from, a healthy and beneficial lifestyle. So, so far I've benefited, but gonna again keep updates because, if it don't work out here, there's Vietnam, there's China, there's Malaysia, like there's a bunch of other places. I don't know too much about Africa. I'm just waiting on like the whole Ghana thing to kind of calm down and see how that does. But everything has its pros and cons. It ain't perfect, but you could deal with some BS if certain things are more important to you. Like for us, it's going to be health and time with our kids and actually raising them. Because now I can like teach them biblical principles along with their education and things like that. And we could get our babysitters back because they got apps for maids and tutors, like all kind of stuff. So you can have a date night and having somebody on salary, for $100 a month, so you can go on a date 2 days throughout the week or more. Some people have a whole maid living with them. But man, check out these families that's living abroad. Like it's super affordable because if you overwork as a truck driver, I worked for like Cisco and all them, and all that money that they made went to their divorce. So you got the court system working against you because they know if a man's working too much, and they know if a man ain't working, and they know if the woman's just complaining and sport like and overworked in the house, split, and that's their plot, I believe. You know what I mean? And because you just see it, divorces is getting rampant, single people everywhere. You got this passport bro stuff, like it's crazy, man. There's a game being played on you, and and I believe it's the reason why they got people being racist and crazy against each other, because at the end of the day, man, they don't care what color you are. They can use you. They will use you as guinea pigs and all that. We saw it with COVID, this whole COVID thing, like Epstein stuff. I'm like, this is some crazy stuff. But either way, turn the clock back, go back in time. And some countries allow you to go back in time and do things the way it should be done. And if you got a family, look and going abroad, like especially teaching online. There's websites, you can just Google websites, job placement, English teaching jobs. Easy. But kids going in the background. Gotta get to